good morning, everybody, and welcome to Imperfect Design. This Saturday morning, maybe not so perfect. At least behind my window, it's pretty cloudy. I'm going to bright it up with a mug of coffee and interesting design challenge. I asked ChatGPT to generate a list of challenges, randomly select one. Now I have one selected topic and some specifications to it. So what's left is just to design it and have fun. So I hope you will join me in this journey and leave your comments below. If something wrong, I will be better next time. Okay, let's go. Okay, so here you can see the prepared cards out from what ChatGPT wrote to me. So let's take a look. This is the randomly selected challenge. We will create, I mean, me. Um, I would need to create this screen for microfiction application. It will be a mobile app. The idea of this application is like, okay, users reads very short stories up to 100 words every day, and my challenge is create a screen with the feed of these stories. Yeah. So that I prepare here the main interested information, that important information before to start designing anything. Okay, so what we can say about the company. Okay, Snackable Studio is the name of the company, not the best maybe the name, but yeah, you never can say what your customer name will be. Okay, to make storytelling, the mission of this company is also important, right? It's a storytelling make as a daily habit of everyone, because it's actually very short reading. Unfortunately, we becoming shorter and shorter in time for any information to observe, and I believe this is a nice approach. Target audience is young adults, 18-45. This is important information, so it gives us extra information that, okay, our users, they are very familiar with internet and applications by itself, because this age is very active in internet, right? So we could be a little bit free with using most common icons or the best practices. So we know that will be very subconscious already use, like what the heart means, or like for example, right? So this very active audience, like internet active and application active audience, very important to know. And tone playful, minimal, and literal. This is nice. It is very important. What does it say to us? Playful, right? We need to bring joy with our application. It's more about relaxing emotionally, to enjoy the text, to read some stories behind. Minimal, why it's important. Minimal, I absolutely agree with this one, because the main goal, the main value of this application is the text, right? In this case, we need to simplify as much as possible all around, and user cannot be distracted by any extra beauty around or something, elements, useless elements that have just decorative function. And literary, okay, that's pretty clear. So now we go into the product concept by itself, right? So it's mobile social microfiction platform, and it should have key features: daily story feed, that should be created, yeah, by users. It's social. It's up to read full story. It means the feed by itself has just the snippets, right? The preview cards maybe, or the blogs that with the title or who created. And to see it, you need to tap to see the whole story. Okay, it should be some actions. Reactions in this case, it's I like, I can comment, I can save, and maybe I should be able to share also. Post your own story, so it should be very quick on the same screen, easily to reach my the text input where I can create my story with up to 100 word story. And daily writing prompt, which I mean by this screen, right? Okay, so this specifically challenge goal is to create a feed. So this feed should feel lightweight and snackable, which is makes sense. Lightweight because there should be many different stories on the same screen, but they should be feeling like it's easy to get in the small pieces, and you can easily get information what the story about. Are you interested in or not in a, like in a brief look? It should be encourage scrolling and discovery. That means that it should be clear that there is scroll, and it should be subconsciously, yeah, very intuitive to feel okay. I need to scroll to see what there else. And discovery means I should be able to filter or maybe like pre-select by mood, also or search for some specific story. Highlights each story title, snippet, author, and mood. Okay, so this is more already specification for the card by itself, and makes reading effortless and aesthetic. That's pretty much what we described before, when it should be main focus on the text. So we keep this in mind. Okay, we have a user story. So, as a creative person who loves short stories, I open StorySnack each morning. I'm not sure about morning, to be honest. It's probably a public transport or taxi, or maybe you stay in some queue in a restaurant on your lunch, or to short down the waiting time, or just to light up your mood, or something in between when you have no possibility to do something else. Will be the way, or before to go to sleep to relax a bit your mind. But morning, I would doubt it, but okay. I open Story Snack each morning to discover quick, inspiring stories that I can read in under a minute. That's important, right? I want a beautiful, clutter-free interface that helps me dive into a story fast and maybe save or like my favorites. Okay, that's pretty much what we discussed before. Is made in 2 lines about this. So we have success criteria. This is important. So what we should have at the end, we have to display multiple stories in a clean scrollable list. We need to use typography white space effectively. Well, makes sense. Show interactions or micro details. Yes, okay. And feel relaxing and inspiring, not like a social feed overload. Okay, that makes sense. Also, be visually consistent with the storytelling reading vibe. Okay, this a bit confusing right now, but let's discover it on the way. So, ready or not? Here we go. Okay, now we need to start designing. So first of all, we would need to set the frame for our screens, right? I would take okay, on mobile, it doesn't matter right now because this is a challenge. We don't really work with some specifications. We don't know is it cross platform, like is a iOS and Android application. We need to think about button back. Is it presented to know? So we skip these settings and thinking through, right? And focus just on the challenge by itself. Imagine that we're working for iPhone and we're going with this. So let's focus on what do we need. We would need a header, definitely, right? We would need the content. Okay, let me maybe change the color just to explain what actually I'm talking about. So we would need the header, we would need a content by itself, we would need some button. Let's say here I would put like this, the button to create, pretty common for mobiles to be there. And we would have a few actions available on the screen, like beside the cards by themselves to select them. It's like search, we would need to filter, we would need to have access to our account. Okay, so this pretty much, I think we can, just to explain, normally I wouldn't do this. Okay, so let's start designing then. First of all, for the header, okay, we would need some icons slash buttons. So again, we're doing wireframe first. Screen structure. First of all, to understand what we're working with. Let's say I would need a filter, and I will use Font Awesome to send the icons by itself. I would need this to auto layout, and let's say this will be 12. This 16. I'm trying to make it a bit more square. That doesn't work. What size is? I would slightly increase this, and maybe even 24, because on mobile, the button by itself should be 48 to 48. This is it. Okay, so we're going with slightly like this. Add some fill with this button. Let's make it white. This will be our button. Again, wireframe, it doesn't matter the colors because just black and white, any grayscale is good enough because we need to understand what we're working with. We need to start with some base. Okay, we need some search and we need our access to our account. So circle user. Okay, this will be our buttons. Maybe this and this I will wait, slightly change by importance or space needed. Okay, we also would need a logo. What is the name actually? StorySnack, product StorySnack. Okay, StorySnack is great. StorySnack, probably there will be some icon or because it should be a logo like an icon. Right now we cannot work on it. We have no result. So I put something simple. But for me, important to have options with the width. See, this one, for example, has no option with the width, so we're going for I'm not. It's not bad actually. Does it have anything? I believe it will be hard to read in text, but okay. Okay, I'll not spend much time on anything. The first thing I will find, okay, bold, semi bold. This is perfect for me to go ahead. Okay, this will be title. Right now I will set it as white because I want to have our header be black and to be visually easy to see on the screen. So auto layout, align the middle grades, we add and it will be black. And I need set a small padding here just to move a bit from the edge. Okay, so this will be our first thing on the screen. Fantastic, we put it on the top. Also, we need to say that our screen, it will be actually auto layout. So it will help me to align everything and check the responsiveness later. Okay, we know that we need the cards, right? Some cards. Let's add some color. We prefer more some bluish. Okay, have we not work on card by itself, we need to say okay, there are some cards and it will be extra information. I don't know the title or like author, where will be author inside or outside the card, we don't know yet. But for us, most important to understand this will be a feed. Okay, so the card also needs to be filled. Now I can say okay, let's set some paddings. 10 will be small, S16, and now I add the rest of the card. So feet went down. Okay, and the most important, what is missing right now is the button where I can add my story. Right, this is the button, and okay, so this will be my button. It will be up absolute position. It means it's not aligned to the outer layout. I can find any position I feel. Okay, maybe for this button it should be bigger than the 38 or something. But right now this is will be the screen. This is the basic. This is a skeleton of our future design. We start with this one and let's see how it will go further. Now we will work on the card by itself. So what actually card should have? We would need definitely a title, right? So we say, okay, story title. What is this? Font awesome. Okay, what we snack set amico. Okay, I'm not sure it will good for our text, but we're going with this one. The story, the 24 definitely not enough. Let's go with 32 and some bold maybe. We would need the story snippet. I don't know, some text is going here to show to user what this story is about. Small, okay, almost. Small degustation. Whatever it is, I will not put right now because we can always ask generate AI a few examples in text because it's not trending. We need to use text. There are a lot of AI copilots or etc. that can help us because the text by itself, the lorem ipsum, it doesn't work anymore. Okay, this is already doesn't look professional. You can give a real examples because it's way easier to understand for customer what actually we're working about. Okay, we would need some username. Author better. Author name. Let's try again. Author name. Okay, now it looks pretty much what I need. Finally, we would need some picture. Right now, I will use a field that I already have in our style that we create in design system. So let's say this one. This will slightly smaller. Okay, it's mobile also, so it should be clear what we're seeing on. That's why it's not aligned. It's a good question. Okay, so let's say it's 40. It's too much. I would say a little bit less. 32. Okay, this one also need to be smaller, like 18. We align them and make them together. The break is make smaller. And this guy maybe slightly less, 28. Okay, that's where we go with. We need this. We need to know how many maybe likes or what the mood, right? Because that was challenge requirements to say what the mood of this story. And we will figure out this on the way. We need to know how many hearts we have. Okay, let's try. I will use some text from here pretty quickly. So we have, oh, whoops, a key. We have a heart. Let's make it solid because maybe I already marked this as a favorite, but okay, let's go with light first. That's the way. Going with black. So we have click heart, favorite, maybe like, oh, thumb up. What is thumb? No, no, doesn't work like this. Okay, let me quickly check what it is in font awesome. Like thumbs up. Okay, there should be S here. Yes. Yeah, okay, now we have. And also maybe share notes. Okay, these guys were a save. I should be. Oh, there are so many things I already placed. Maybe the save action. Not sure it's a good idea, but let's try. No, I would say a bookmark. Okay, something like this. So this will be our card. What we have? We have a block of this text. We have a bottom part. Oops, this could be hug. Oh, hug. Yes, thank you. That's way better. So we select it. We auto layout. These guys, they also should be close to each other. This too much, but let's say like this, still be also clickable, something like this. Okay, this will be in our case we keep it as the absolute position also so far because I'm not sure. Okay, let's go like this. So this will be our card. Oh, actually beside the title and not bad. Well, maybe we need to keep it inside the text component aligned with this one. Say there should be horizontal auto. I'm not sure because the title, let's keep then 18. Okay, and this text will be fill. What does it mean? What in text the title is long, it should be going to the second line and not overtake the button save. Okay, this going down. Now we set the paddings. Why this not fill? Fix this, not fix this. Okay, what's going on then? Yeah, okay, I see. We don't need this. Yes, please, like this. This should be 16. So far, we're going with paddings 20, 20, and some 16 border radius, and we need some fill. Let's go with our bluish story title, and this should be hug. Definitely. Okay, we need to increase the space. I see it straight away. Let's do this 24. And maybe actually we need to rethink it and keep the card by itself in good reading, a good contrast for accessibility, like white and black. We'll see. So far, this one should be also fill, and this should be author. Okay. Now what we have as the card, we definitely need to work on it, is just to replace quickly. And let's make this as the component. So we can change them all at once. Ooh, now we see how much we are losing. Okay, this and this, maybe this should be filled. Okay, the text by itself for the size is 24 for sure. We're going with 18. And the story title also go less. Very good. You have snippet. How many lines the snippet should be? I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely needs to make for user easy to read. I think we need to set bigger spacing, right? The gaps between the cards by themselves. We need to separate or nivellate these guys, right? Because the background now, as I mentioned, is very active. Maybe just this would need to have this color. Okay, and actually what I'm doing is I will change in this to 1, 2, 3, the white. And I will reduce these things. Actually, I will set the paddings inside the elements in the card. So what I'm saying is this guy should be 20, for example, and this the same. So why I'm doing this is I want to have this kind of colored bottom bar. Okay, maybe make it smaller, and gap between these guys we do 0. So this will be the cards. Maybe not yet know what it is, but we need to work to start with something. Okay. So card by itself, we will figure out when we have the real text. Let's say right now it's just all the same, repeated, and doesn't work perfectly. But important for us, we need to see the cards in the feed. There are a few options. We can change the background color by itself. Let's say and something. Working with this the same bluish, and we're going to the darker or some well, not so calming, huh? Not so calming thing actually, but let's go with the gray so far, maybe something like this. By the way, I totally forgot, we need to have the mood, right? So if there's a neutral mood, is this a, how to say, is it the, I don't know what kind of mood would be, but imagine there are different moods. So we have 4 of them. Why I do it like this, I have no idea. So we create this and say bottom bar, card, bottom bar. Okay, this will be it. And now we set the properties, right? So this one will be yellow. You need to find it the same shade, some yellow, okay, some red. I don't know what is this. Could be the mold, the fear. Okay, a bit more red-ish, and some green. No idea what it could be. If we have it like with a real product, I would contact the customer to ask to provide the list of the moods, so I can work with this to have better the idea what it is. Well, actually, those guys here, right? We need to set them in a better way to find the color. It shouldn't be so dark. Let's see. It should be clearly visually identify, but maybe going less color for these ones. Yeah, so it's gray. Again, maybe use design system we have. It will be also easier for us. So we say gray and 600, 500. Okay, 600. Now I will replace here. I quickly replace. Also, now we need to set what actually it is, right? In the properties by itself. So we have mood, great. We have, I don't know, again, neutral, fun, almost, horror. I don't know, again, what actually the mood is, and I don't know, novel, a novel, melodrama, drama. Okay, doesn't matter, not a good green color, but I have no income here. Whoops, replace. So now this, we need to nest it here. Actually, go and nest it in. Sorry, misclick. Nested indents. We have only one card. So in this case, when I will work with the cards here, I will definitely can adjust them. Let's say we change the color of the card background still. So we're going with a gray 100. Maybe it would be too much. Oh, what I changed? The text. Let's do again. Okay, card background gray hundreds. Pretty dark. I think we would need something lighter. And we go on with this. One, two, three, four. Hundreds. Okay, so in this case, we can try to put back the white background. Okay, it's still not so perfect. Maybe we would need to set, it depends on the styles we decide to work on. It could be shadow, could be border, could be anything. We can try the border actually and say, okay, we have a stroke. And we're going something this bluish, maybe we're going with outside, and it's already separated a bit the cards. Not the best, a very like how to say busy screens. I would slightly figure out what to do. Okay, I asked ChatGPT to prepare a few stories so we can really use titles and we can adjust based on what we have. First, we have the author here. Because although the names could be pretty long, we have a snippet. Right, I need to define this one. There we go. Okay, and story name is this one. Okay, I'll keep going. So the second story will be like this. I just replaced them, and I feel like I'm very, very slow today with what is going on. Okay, this is what we have. The author, Ravi D. Patel. Guys, any mention to real people or real names, sorry about this. It's absolutely coincidence. No, 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 really. It's just AI generated things. Okay, the title. So yes, I definitely see we need to reduce a bit the size, but imagine this is um, some of them will be AI. So imagine this one will be AI, and we going with AI summary, something like this. Okay, maybe this account has this user, this author has a pro account or whatever, and it has AI summary, so you can set on a card AI summary of your story, which is also could be nice. So here we put sparkles. You will know what I do now because I want to font awesome, change it to font awesome. Okay, so now we know that this is AI. Actually, I can change it to any to be visible, not visible. I don't know. Let's go with this one so far. So this, like, okay, this is AI. We need to have some pictures and say this is Ravi author name for the third one. I didn't check. Mia Chan. Okay, why the names are so short? Okay, so we cannot really check the long name. We always can set any. What else? It doesn't look minimalistic. I would say like this. But we going forward. Now we try to fix our card with what we have. So keep working on the cards. I definitely also can say that this icon is very, very tension taken. We don't need it. We can use the color actually, maybe something like this, slightly different. Also, we can set a bit less space here. Not bad. Another thing, the card by itself, it's not so good visible. I'm not sure I want to move this forward. I want to scroll the screen. But 18, yeah, I cannot go lower on mobile. It will be too much, but I can increase a bit of space here. Let's say it will be, oh, it will be something in 32. I don't see 32. Okay. Does it help? Not much. But again, We can work on it. We can say maybe it still be close to the title, but with because it's bold, it will work better. But the card, yeah, not perfect at all. But it's not about being perfect, right? Let's see what we do with these guys. Something if you go on with the blue. Okay, give me the already existing blue. I don't like this blue. Maybe it should be the navy blue 7 and navy blue 7. So, okay, and I would slightly increase it by adding maybe a padding. Okay, because we don't have the bottom bar and we can work with the top one. No problem. Another thing right now, okay, let's see. Still this, guys. Um, Something is wrong. Something is not balanced in this card. Definitely. The line is it auto? This is what it is. No, okay, this will be done because it's too much. I understand why it works like this, but we definitely need to set the rules, like how many lines it could be. I would say up to 4 because 4 is really like pretty much on this card. When it's AI summary, you can see what it is. This button we will move slightly, and I would increase it to say to 52 and 60, maybe like this. We keep it here. We can set the color and maybe try something in the colors we already have. Maybe this will be the button. The only thing, the white, I would maybe change to something dark and need to set the size of it, right? Okay, and maybe light. So this will be the button. I'm not sure it works good. Why I'm trying to avoid the black button in this corner, because it should be visible but still not be the main boss of the screen. Okay, so that's why I'm doing trying to figure out what actually could be. Maybe I'm going with the white one and set it as solid. Regular. Okay, regular. Okay, this will be the button. It stay there. We don't change it. Okay, this we have the cards. The cards still under the question what it should be. Maybe the background should be this grayish bluish thing, and the card by itself should be just white. Back to the original thought. Not playful screen. I would say I'm very failed today to with what I have. Well, cards. Why this not filling? It should be fill. Okay. What I want to do with this card, like change the moods, because we have a neutral. This may be or this one is neutral, but whatever. Let's see. There we have a different and the same time, and this will be drama. And we have this one is saved. This will be solid. Okay, and this is what we have. Pretty much it. Not perfect, not playful. We definitely need to have a different, more positive colors with this to be keep it playful. Okay, let's say we're not using existing design system and going very wild and something playful that could be. Let's more positive green. StorySnack still keep it darker. Something like this. Do not go too much in depressive green, but I believe this already become slightly better. But now we can adjust the background, which is could be something unexpectedly greenish. Was this one right? So I'm trying to go away from this green and say okay, back. Oh, something light. Give me. Okay. I back to this one. What I have. Cannot balance for some reason. What's going on today? Okay. Let's say we're going with this. Okay, so that's why we have the bar. We have the cards. We can set be, it's playful. So we go more with the cartoonish way when we have the bigger borders. So why not? They easily to check. We can actually add even we have some like small card, small, medium, like small. Even already small is pretty much. I'm not sure about this one. Um, but we can change maybe the color of the border. That could help us slightly. It's very 90s. I've designed awful, awful. But okay, learn, fail, and learn again. So this is it. Maybe we're going with the green one. This exactly, we're going to this palette with the greenish, this color. What I'm trying to find the same shade, and then we find the tone of it. Opposites. Yeah. Okay. Imagine is this, and I would question still this background because it bothers me the most. So I have these stories, I can set them, I can say, okay, if we go on with this new approach with the greenish color, it will be our main thing. So I can save it to my account. I can change this button also, link color. That's actually this one. Okay, so this will be my color. Okay, that's pretty much. I believe I definitely fail in this challenge today, but it's an interesting topic, and I think it would be. I would have a lot of fun to work on it and to play and figure out the right spacing and things. Still, I'm very hooked, I'd say, with this topic. I would be interested to play with it more, and maybe even to change the this bar and say, you know what, I just quickly put the color, save it here, just in case, right? And what you think in Figma, and say, okay, what I have white right now, I can do this quickly like this. I will have it green, but the background on this I will just remove. Okay. And these guys also, maybe we need to remove the background, no need, something like this. So we make lighter, too much green right now. Definitely this would be something better with the gray. Let's say this too much, but yeah, again, as we're going with more greenish style, I would find this gray that will be maybe more friendly, even with the blue, not bad. Yeah, this is the idea. Is this light? It's regular, that's why it bothers me so much. It's pretty heavy. Okay, this is looks way more modern and light. We would need to define maybe some a small border. Not sure about this, but let's go with some grayish, bluish, whatever. We need to save the styles, etc. But going with bottom to separate, to show to user, okay, there are actually some break where the all the content when you scroll will go there. So it is how it is, and maybe even like this. Okay, so I would definitely make it slightly bright, lighter. Yeah. Okay. Even more, just a little bit, very like symbolical to have it. Okay, I have the cards, I have the stuff, and these icons a little bit bother me with the size. Whoops, I think I need to do this here. um can I select what to select? That's always selected. I hate this function, never show me what I want. um okay, I will select this and try slightly smaller, so I will see this result here straight away. So do bum, 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 bum. So with the rest of the text, the visible, the clickable area is still the same. It's pretty big. There are no changes with this. But another changes I would do is in this thing, I would change the icon to the right. Why I do this? Because in this case, whatever name will be, the icon will stay consistent on the right side. It will not move, right? So this is the case, and it will be more aligned with this. Another thing, maybe slightly. Let's do quickly. Will it find this one to me? Yeah, finally. Okay, we add some stroke outside, please. And again, as we go on with playful, more game-ish way. So this is 18, perfect. Maybe slightly change the tone instead of black. Sorry, because I still want to be like not. It's not the boss. Oops, this is your slightly fantastic. Okay, something like this still should be readable. Mixed backgrounds. Yes, they're mixed backgrounds. Let's say this. How about this one? It's definitely working. I believe with the rest also because the tone is pretty much the same with all the colors. Yes, good. And this one is accessibility good. Okay, so this will be the name in the Brooks, etc., etc. We have some options. We have text and spacing, and even maybe if I would like to be wilder, I can set more paddings here because okay, let's give space for text. Let's say okay, this will be something brutal. Okay, 28. Here's a bit less on this side. I wouldn't put much on this because okay, something like this, right? We keep it simple and maybe still to have this as absolute position. And so in this case, I can set a very small paddings in the end and to not be fixed with this. A logo, I believe it's not so accessible with the, yeah, need to go to deeper with this color. Yeah, pretty much this. And in this case, we can also go with our borders. And actually, we can say, you know what, the borders depends on the mood we have, and I can set this. This is blue. So help me to understand also with the border what the story is about, what mood it gives me today, what I'm open for, and how we can set it in green, something like this. So this one, let's say it's also green and it's also drama. Okay, simple and not so minimalistic again. Maybe the title I can set. I'm not really a fan of this, but it could add some kind of graphical way of working with more playful mood. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Uh, Now I can leave it. Now I get okay, good enough to go. It's not perfect, but good enough to go. The last change here, I promise this, the last one. It's set. Let's do the same thing. So in this case, it will be more or less aligned with the cards. Even this looks better, bigger. I will set slightly less on this side. Yeah. Okay, 8. Back to 8. Now we have everything set. Um, Again, not perfect, but good to go for the very first draft. I would say let's test it. Let's think what we can do else here, what we can click, how we click, and what we do. Okay, so there's the results we have. You see, I had slight gradient for background to help to work a little bit better with the cards. Still, there are some actions like story or note you can add, but yeah, overall, I think it's definitely a fail. But I had a lot of fun with this. I hope you had fun with me also. Oh my God, this is something the best could happen with designer in general when you're interested with what you do, when you are into this idea of digging deeper, what is there, how to manage what ideas you can implement, how many questions actually appeared. You cannot work just with one simple thing, but like, okay, how I can, is it possible to save or not as a favorite author that I would like to follow, and should I show it on the card, or maybe how actually happening the opens, should you show me, the application should show me that I already read this. Should it be displayed still in the list, or is just automatically removed? There's also the questions with the product managers, like how, what the idea, what to expect user to do. But like the basic of the basics is just the idea of how it could look, like very very brief idea, I would say. I had a lot of fun. I absolutely failed, but I enjoyed this process. Let me know what you like, what you dislike in my results, what actually you think it could be improved, and how would you do this. Otherwise, leave any idea you would like to share, leave the comments below, and for sure like if you like, and subscribe for more stories.